this time of the year, it's really magical, right? It makes you feel like you're a kid again, whether it's Christmas morning and you're getting to open up a package or watching your kids or grandkids open up their packages. Or if you do take a trip up to where there's snow, up to like Big Bear Mountain, what is the first thing you do? You reach down, make a snowball, and throw it at the person that's with you, right? It's that kid that's inside of you. Well, what I need for you guys to do tonight is I need you to find that kid that's deep down inside of you. Because my story tonight is what we call a participation tale, which means you are going to help me tell this tale. So sit up straight, because you got to use your hands and arms, and everybody participates, okay? The story that I'm going to tell you is called The Snow Queen with the Cold, Cold Heart. Now, a participation tale means that when I say certain phrases or words, you will do a motion, a hand motion, or make a sound of some sort. So if I were to say, the Snow Queen with the cold, cold heart, you go, brrr. Okay, everybody, brrr. I got to hear it. All right. So this story, again, is written by Naomi Baltuck. She's a Washington State storyteller, and it is in her book called Crazy Gibberish and Other Tales. The Snow Queen with the Cold, Cold Heart. Brrr. Now, the Snow Queen with the Cold, Cold Heart had 3 daughters. The first daughter had a cold in her nose. Now, every time we say that, you're going to do, well, what your mother always told you not to do, but you're going to wipe your nose on your sleeve. Okay, ready? The daughter with the cold in her nose. There we go. The second daughter had a cold in her chest. Now, COVID regulations, we will not actually cough. We will pretend to cough into our elbow. The third daughter was beautiful, but sad. Aww. Now, in every story, you need to have a hero. So we have a young and handsome prince. Are you ready? Aha! A young and handsome prince. Aha! Oh, excellent. But again, in every story, you need to have your villain. And we have a wily and wicked wizard. Yeah! The wily and wicked wizard. Yeah! There we go. The Snow Queen with the cold, cold heart lived in a land far, far to the north of here. A land where the sun never shone, where the snow never melted, and the north wind was king. You know, it's kind of like as snowbirds, we come down here to get away from that. In our Snow Queen with the cold, cold heart had 3 daughters. The first daughter had a cold in her nose. The second daughter had a cold in her chest. And the third daughter was beautiful. It's sad. Now, one day, these 3 daughters were outside of the castle of the Snow Queen with the cold, cold heart. And it snowed every day there, so they were out doing what they normally did. They were making snow angels in the sand. Snow angels in the snow. This is what Southern California does to me. They could be building a snow fort and having that snowball fight. Or they could be watering their icicle garden. And that's exactly what they were doing on one day when who should approach but a young and handsome prince. Aha! Well, that young and handsome prince, he looked out and he saw those 3 daughters and he fell in love immediately. But not with the daughter with the cold in her nose, not with the daughter with the cold in her chest. No, he fell in love with the daughter who was beautiful, but sad. Now that young and handsome prince, he ran up the steps of the Snow Queen, castle. And he went to the Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart, and said, Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart, I want to marry your daughter. Not the one with the cold in her nose, not the one with the cold in her chest. I want to marry the one that is beautiful but sad. Said the Snow Queen with the cold, cold heart. As you can see, my land has been enchanted by a wily and wicked wizard. You see, the sun never shines, the snow never melts. I have one daughter that is forever sniffling, and one that is forever hacking, and one that is just moping about the castle. But if you take this magic potion, and you take it and dash it into the face of that wily and wicked wizard, why, the spell will be broken. And if my daughter wishes to marry you, then you may have her hand in marriage. I'll do it, said the young and handsome prince. And he ran down the steps of the castle of the Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart. He jumped onto his milk-white steed, which he has to go, a milk-white steed going off, and he went over and he went up mountains and down valleys. He went up higher mountains and down into deeper valleys until eventually he came to the forest of the wily and wicked wizard. Well, as that young and handsome prince, approached that wily and wicked wizard, well, he went back to his forest dwelling, and he got his bag of dirty, nasty, rotten tricks. And he reached down and he waited for that young and handsome prince to come his way. Thank you very much. Just as that young and handsome prince, approached on his milk-white steed. There, the wily and wicked wizard, reached down into his bag and he pulled out a thunderbolt. And he took that thunderbolt and he threw it at the young and handsome prince. The young and handsome prince, fell off of his milk-white steed. But he jumped right back up. And he took that magic potion and he dashed it into the face of that wily and wicked wizard. The young and handsome prince watched as that wily and wicked wizard started to shrivel and shrink and melt into a marshmallow. Well, the young and handsome prince, just reached down to pick up the wily and wicked marshmallow and put it into his pocket. He jumped onto his milk-white steed and he rode back up mountains and down into valleys. He rode up higher mountains and down into deeper valleys until he came back to the castle of the Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart. He ran up the steps. Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart. I have done it. And he pulled out the wily and wicked marshmallow and dropped it into the lap of the Snow Queen with a cold, cold heart. Yes, you can see. The sun is shining. The snow is starting to melt. And my daughter, who is beautiful, is no longer sad. And she still wants to marry you. Isn't it all heartwarming? I must say. Well, tell you what, sir, you go off with my daughter, but go to my other two and please tell them to come back up here to me. And if they have been very, very good, we will have some hot chocolate and I'll even put a marshmallow in it. So the young and handsome prince, and the daughter who was beautiful but no longer sad, lived happily ever after. Thank you.